Živjo, I'm Ivy and welcome back to my channel. And today we will be looking at my bullet journal, what I was reading in May. Let's go. And again, I started with a thriller, suspense, psychology, and oh my god, this book is amazing. So, what is it about? Grace meets a perfect guy. He's older than her. His name is Jack, who will take care of her and her younger sister. She jumps straight to dating him, saying yes to marriage. Funny though, when they were dating, they did not do anything what couple would do. Basically, like, in the bedroom. So she thought when they got married, they're gonna spice it up. Oh, that's what things did not go so well. You think they're not a husband and wife, happy life? No. It is terrifying because Jack is not who he is. He was lying the whole time to Grace. And now Grace has to do everything he says. She needs to act the way he tells her to act, or else she will not see her sister. Now, in front of Jack's friends, she had to act like they are the perfect couple. That everything is just perfect, but it's kind of weird. Like, Grace doesn't go anywhere without Jack. Even the girls, that when they have like a dinner party and Jack invites his friends and his friends have girlfriends and basically they come all together and they invite her to go out with them, and she always finds an excuse that she can't. That's not because she does want to. Jack doesn't believe in Grace, that she won't tell something, that something's going on behind closed doors. And things are happening. And Grace needs to find a way out before her little sister moves in. And her sister, I think, has autism. It's not that Jack had eyes on Grace. He had eyes on her little sister because he wants to torture her. There is that noisy female in this book. They're usually the annoying type, but my god, I wanted this woman to actually help Grace because she is the only one that noticed something does not feel right. And she did. She was the one that was with Grace at the end when she really needed help. And the ending, I just get shivers thinking about it. When this I forgot her name, this noisy woman that actually asked Grace, that Jack constantly keeps saying, her room is going to be yellow, like Grace's little sister's room is going to be yellow. But no, the room is going to be red. Oh my god, I'm just getting shivers. I don't want to spoil it. I want you to read this book. Sometimes Grace did kind of anger me with her behavior, but at the same time, put yourself in this position. How would you act, right? I probably would act somehow like her. This was great. This was really good. Highly recommended. Now I needed something else. A little bit of romance. So I'm reading Melt. Funny enough, here's another Jack in this story. So Samantha is a single mom that left her husband and took her daughter Lennon back to her hometown, where she gets a new job and she's closer to her mom. Basically a new start. And it's not easy because you're a single mom. You have a 3-year-old child. Good luck, right? She meets Jack, who is running his ice cream truck business and is making his own ice cream flavors. Basically, his business is booming. It's going well. So he asks her out on a first date, and it ends in a disaster because he asks, "Oh, you can bring along your daughter. Like, we're going to the zoo." Oh, you know how 3-year-olds are once they go to that tantrum and crying. And yeah, the first date went bad, and they thought, well, that's it. We're not dating. Nothing's gonna happen, right? But they meet again, and well, let's try where this will be going, right? But she let Jack know, if you want to be part of my life, you need to accept Lennon, her daughter. And he was all for it. Like, he started to really like the little girl. He loves Samantha. And Samantha's ex constantly keeps promising that he will come to visit, that he will come to see his daughter, and he constantly keeps, "Oh, I can't. basically canceling, right? And it's been 6 months since Samantha moved, since they split up, basically. And surprise, he just came to visit without saying anything. And that's where the news fight starts. I think the ex kind of got jealous because seeing Samantha moving on, but he was never really serious on having a family. He doesn't even care that much about his daughter because he just moved to a different country and that's it. He didn't want any responsibility. Basically, Samantha felt relief, but she was so pissed. But Jack loves Samantha and he will stand with her as she did with his family because his family was no good either. Yeah, happy ending with a proposal. So it was a great book. And would you look at that? I'm going again for mystery, horror, thriller. I heard a lot about this book and I had to read it. Our girl Rowan is basically the book starts where our girl Rowan is in prison for murder that she did not commit. And she's writing these letters to her lawyer so that he will know what really happened in that house. So Rowan took a job as a nanny with a false name just to get that job. But there is a reason why she wanted this job specifically for this family. So she's not all that innocent, right? But she most certainly did not murder anyone. And also this house is so strange. Strange things are happening. And especially when she was left with the girls while the parents were away. This house is beautiful, but a nightmare. And she wanted to find out why so many nannies that were in this family came to work just left. They couldn't stay here. And my God, yeah, I understand now, but I'm not spoiling it for you. But once our girl finds out who the real killer is, she never sent her letters to her lawyer. She just couldn't because she knows the killer. And she just couldn't say it. It was a lot. I see why this book is like highly requested, and it's great. I enjoyed reading this book. I finally get to read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I see the hype of this book, and I understand now why. It is really so good. It's about a girl called Monique. She's a journalist, but not one of the best ones. Well, she never got the chance to prove that she can do better. So she is divorced and very sad, but she got an opportunity to interview the famous 79-year-old Evelyn Hugo, and she wants only Monique and no one else. It's a bit strange, but she chose her for a reason. That's basically, the moment you read that, you're already, there has to be either some type of connection. Why does she only want Monique? Because where she works, there are other journalists that are way better than her, but no, she only asked for Monique. She will not only interview Evelyn, but write her biography. She's ready to tell the world everything about her, how she got famous, and the choices she made, good and bad, to get where she is. Married 7 times, but who was the love of her life? Shocking and heartbreaking. It did make me cry a little bit. Spice, yeah, it's happening, but not a lot. But it's really good. But I also have to say, Evelyn made some really poor decisions, and she took on herself without asking first someone if they're okay with that. She just, I got this idea, we're going for it, right? Evelyn didn't actually live a very good life as a 14-year-old, and she's like, getting to puberty, developing the lady parts. Yeah, she was young and naive, and she didn't know a lot about life, but all she knows, she wanted to get the hell out where she lives and to go to Hollywood to make something out of herself. Also, that was her mother's dream. Her mom always told her that she wants to be an actress, go to Hollywood, and she and Evelyn will get away from this life that they live but sadly her mom passed away and Evelyn got stuck with her dad, which he was alcoholic, abusive, and she really needed to get the hell out of there as fast as possible. She took the first chance by marrying her very first husband. And it's just, oh my god, the choices she made. And the book is brilliant. I see the hype. I see why people like it. And yeah, I do recommend this book if you haven't read it yet. So here's a little story. How did I get into reading this book, Dear Ava? It's romance, and me and my coworker, well, I kind of keep talking about books and all that, and I kind of got her into it as well. So we went to our local library and we signed up, and she told me, you know what, I don't want to be the only one picking up some romance books. You have to do it as well. So I picked this one and 2 more, which I don't know how far I'm going to come in reading them, but I think I can squeeze 1 more book until the end of this month. I would just say so far the reading is going really good. Dear Ava, by just this picture you can already tell what's going on, of what would be about. Basically, if you didn't read this, yes, it's romance, it has abuse, it's in high school, so trigger warnings, there are drugs, abuse, and the R word. So Ava, the young girl, is out for revenge because of what happened to her last year. She doesn't trust anyone, especially the football team, the Sharks. But she receives love letters saying that someone wants to help her with whatever she needs. She gets closer to, I have no idea how to pronounce his name, Knox. I'm gonna write it somewhere so you know. She found out that he wants to help her get justice. So yeah, she is the one that got, the R word. And she now understands why he's doing this, because his twin brother told her, basically their mother went through this as well, and she kind of passed away. She took her life. A lot of the relationship between Ava and Knox was slow built, even though before everything happened, Ava was in a relationship with his best friend. But something was pulling them together, right? So it was kind of a slow, but at the same time, it got kind of really fast into their romance. It was okay. I was okay with that. They did find out about who abused her, and she wasn't the only one. The guy who did it called these girls that he's going to take trophies from these girls, and by trophies it's their panties. Like, what the f is wrong with this guy? And he got put in jail, which is great. I love it because he comes from a really rich family. If I remember right, I think he is a son of, I think his father is a mayor of the town or something like that. Basically, Ava is not rich. She lives with the nuns and she's in the school with all these rich kids. So yeah, that's what I like, is that even though he was rich, he still went to jail for what he did. Now between Ava and Knox there was some heartbreak that happened there, but they did get back together, and I think they did that Ava did the right choice for leaving, so they have like a fresh start, because the only reason she was in the school was for revenge and for her little brother. Other than that, I did quite enjoy it, especially it was a bit like I said, it was a slow burn, but goddamn, when it gets fast, it gets fast. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I like this. First book from my local library. Great. And this is going to be the last book of this month of May. Another book from my local library that I said before that I went with my coworker. So this was I did see many people liking her work. Maybe I just didn't pick a right one, or this is how she writes these types of books. But I went with Wishes because this is the one that I saw a lot. Trigger warnings. There's drugs, alcohol, and a whole lot of swearing. This guy is saying so many bad stuff. I mean, who? This is definitely for adults. Okay. Basically, it's about obsession and owning a person, being completely obsessed with them. Wishes is extremely brutal with Amelia. It's like this. Amelia's family went to work for his family. Basically, like, the mom cooks and cleans, but dad takes care of the outside of the house or a mansion. And so they can live there, so they can take care of the family. But the family, or his mom, I mean, his real mom died. His dad got remarried. But they're never around. He's usually alone. So the story starts with them being like 17 years old. And Jesus, things are happening there already. I mean, our kids in America, I think she's from America. I have to check that out. It does say bestseller in US. Okay, she's from America. I hope kids are not like this in America. Because at 17, they have like orgies. Like, what the that kind of shocks me. So, because that hardly is happening around here. Anyway, things are happening. Like, Amelia and Vicious are supposed to have some type of chemistry, but they're not getting there, and it's just a lot of happening. And he threw her out, not her entire family, just her, to get the hell out of his house, and she had to leave. So 10 years later, they meet again. Amelia is not doing so well. Her sister is sick, and she keeps working a lot for her sister to get medication, and she ends up meeting him again. Amelia is very nice. She's very forgiving. Vicious never really. He did get therapy for the things that happened in his life and the way he turned out, the way he is. I get that, but he never like continued to get better. So 10 years later, he's still a bastard. And Amelia forgave him way too fast. She still had feelings for him. Apparently, he still had feelings for her. He just did not calls it love. It's more like obsession. He wants to do her and be over and done with. Like, that's what he was saying at the beginning. At the end, of course, he was trying to prove to her that he actually loves her and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, it was okay. Not exactly my favorite, but it was okay. So, that would be my last book of this month. I hope you enjoyed my little video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Ciao!